Okay, here, press Y plus B. Yeah, we did it!
What? It's just Y plus B? Hey, look at that, I'm playing on an actual cartridge. Holy shit, I could press the Z button, I could set a timer. This is the second best Pokemon game. And that's all that I have to say about that. The number one is white.
You would say that.
I would and I will. We're playing this on an actual Game Boy player, and it's definitely a legitimate cartridge. I definitely believe someone would sell their FireRed cartridge for $15, this extremely rare game. It's definitely real. That's all that
I was
matters.
actually at a CD store the other day that has a bunch of games, and I heard someone talking to the owner being like, "Do you have Pokemon Fire Red?" And the guy at the counter was like, "Probably not." I saw Pokemon Black 2 and White 2 both for like $200 each. Jafar, he's our man. If he can't do it, good.
Great. Jafar. Yes, it was...
Is Jafar Starter? Is Jafar Starter still up on the internet?
What is Jafar Starter?
There's a website called Jafar Starter when you went to it and it said Jafar Starter.
The last thing I want to do is play a Game Boy game with the GameCube controller.
Yeah, when you're using the GameCube controller with this, you have to pick your poison between the shitty stick or the shitty D-pad. And the stick isn't shitty because it's a bad stick, but you'll move around on these menus and it'll just like fuck about.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. Also, since this isn't a ROM hack, I actually do need to go catch a fucking Caterpie. So the challenge won't start for another, like, hour. In the meantime, I have some fun Pokemon facts that I've stolen from TV tropes.
What?
Cryogonal, Minior, Delmise, and Mew can learn Attract, but it doesn't do anything because they have no gender. Skitty and Delcatty have the ability Normalize, which turns all their moves into normal types. Now I need to choose which makes them completely useless against the ghost types. He's green, he's poison green. I'll call him...
Chums.
No, I'm calling him Roizen. Roizen.
Call him Fort Minor.
I'm not gonna call him that. Electrode can learn Gyro Ball, which is a move that does more damage the slower the user is, and Electrode is like the third fastest Pokemon in the game.
I feel like I don't appreciate Pokemon enough to appreciate these informations.
Somebody will get a kick out of this.
Hey, hear about this one? Charmander's actually based on my dog.
What the fuck is wrong with your dog? Okay, wait, I'm gonna save to make sure we actually can save. Because if we can't save, we're doing this in one go.
Yeah, we have
Like,
to.
actually.
Or leaving the GameCube on. And the GameCube is loud as fuck, by the way. It's when you're right next to it,
Whoa.
it sounds like the vacuum is on. I actually
It
considered...
paused when saving, which isn't a good sign. Oh, no. Oh, save file was okay. Alright.
Why did it say that?
Thanks.
Why did it have to do that?
I'm glad. No, you know what? I'm happy to know that.
Dude, it's Chie!
It's like the only kind of cool information from this page that I have. This page also told me that, so you know how, like, fire types can't be burned, or electric types, for the most part, can't be paralyzed, shit like that. Apparently, what happened in, like, Gen 6 or 7 is that now grass types can't be hit with powder moves. But also, apparently, ghost types always escape from battles, which is neat. Oh yeah, and also poison. Poison types make Toxic have perfect accuracy. Not like 100, like perfect never miss accuracy. So I'm curious if every single type has a feature like that.
I feel like this game looks better than Ruby and Sapphire, but I like how Ruby and Sapphire look more.
I think I think this game has way better presentation, except for this guy. I do not like how rectangular Red looks.
Like
Leaf looks fine, but Red just looks fucking weird.
He's like a Duplo figure.
Yeah, and like his running animation. Fire Red and Leaf Green came out in between Ruby and Sapphire and Emerald. Ruby and Sapphire, Brendan and May have really good running animation, so I don't know why. I mean, we'll see it in a second. I don't know why Red's look so weird.
I actually learned a fact about this game. Apparently, this game's development, or at least the planning, started during Ruby and Sapphire's development because they thought that Ruby and Sapphire wouldn't sell that well for some reason. But it's Pokemon, so it sold perfectly fine.
Yeah, it was a Game Boy Advance.
I guess I kind of understand because they were like, we are making the same games the third time.
But it looks good now. I mean, the old Crystal, or Gold Silver Crystal look good. Was the Pokedex originally actually supposed to be a book? Because it used the book sprite in the original games.
Maybe it was a magic book.
Like, did the anime turn it into a machine?
It fills itself out. That's actually not... What is a grimoire?
I've always assumed it's just a really old, like an old tome, old magic book.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Hey, check out this clip.
But the fact that I can toggle it gives me the impression that you can probably just do that with a command in...
Shiny!
Nice! Wait, which shiny?
Shiny fucking Silcoon. I don't need to do shiny hunting anymore. I can use repels. So this playthrough will take like half the time.
That was doctored, but aside from that, I was thinking the other day, I heard somebody say that there's basically no actual argument in favor of eating meat. And I actually kind of like can't argue with that. Because even if you're like, oh, they're all soulless beasts anyway, I don't care what happens to them. The whole like meat industry does contribute to pollution and stuff, and, like climate change or whatever. So really, we should just start eating dog food.
Is this why you brought
Wait, I
up
think
we should be
dog
eating
food-
dogs?
I think dog food probably has meat in it, never mind.
I think you might be right. Dog and
If you
cat
think
food.
dogs are soulless beasts, like them.
Kill yourself. How do you know what a Pokedex is?
Goodbye.
Why did he say that? And what did he say?
There's nothing over here. You're wasting your time.
Where's the invisible item?
This is a Nuzlocke challenge. You're not allowed to use Podions.
Well, I guess I've failed already.
You're not allowed to pick up any item.
I can't pick up any item, I can't use any Pokemon, I can't use any moves.
You're
I
not
can't
allowed to use running shoes. You're not allowed to go to www.bulbapedia.com and look up Pokemon. You're not allowed to use Podions. You're not allowed to go to www.podion.com.
Podion.com.
Podion.
Podion.codion.
What is that?
Is that Morgana? Morgana says that. What is that?
What?
Ew! Alright, now the important question, what do we call it? These Butterfrees have had nothing but bad names for this entire series.
Kirkus Alba.
That's not a girl name. Kirkus. I'm not gonna...
Abba.
No, I'm not naming... I'm not gonna look at the name Kirkus Alba for like a 20-hour playthrough. That's not happening.
Transylvania. I think I learned the fact about how Kentucky was going to be called Transylvania from Fibbage. Transleave.
Transleave. Translevan. Translevan. Yeah, okay. Sure.
Wow.
That's bad. Very, very...
Nice going, rectangle head.
This kid is staring at this worm for 5 minutes straight, going like, drain the man. So like a while ago, one of the Xbox executives said that no one cares about Banjo. And first of all, I'm pretty sure that was like taken out of context or like misquoted, as negative quotes usually are, because I remember pretty early into Street Fighter 6's life there was a quote from one of the Capcom people who said like, well, originally the game was only going to be modern controls, but that wasn't actually true. You know, like how Sakurai in his videos he's talking about like, well, first I decide if my game should have jumping. And it's like, obviously it will. He's just like, that's honestly a good kind of thing to do in game development, is go through all of your systems and make sure they're actually necessary, instead of just being like a Smash clone and being like, well, we're making a Smash clone, so it needs wave dashing, because yes. The actual Street Fighter 6 quote was just like, what if we did make a Street Fighter that only had modern controls, and then everyone was like, no, that would not be a good idea. So there was never actually a Street Fighter 6 with only modern controls. But what I'm getting at here is that the quote about nobody cares about Banjo is probably like misquoted. But it also made me think like, I think he's kind of right. Like Banjo is a great game. So I think it's a great duology. But also there is a reason that nobody is, like they haven't made a Banjo game. And even the fucking Banjo people made Ukulele, and that game was not very good.
I think I've said this before, but I think Banjo-Kazooie is like the original Mario Odyssey. Where like, you walk around and you pick up stuff and it looks nice and it has great presentation, and that's kind of it. There's no like skill ceiling for like doing cool tricks or whatever. You just do it, and then the game happens.
Yeah, that's pretty true. It's a game that's just nice to play.
There's
But at
no-
least
it's like an
Banjo-
anti-momentum game. Like when you fly and stuff, it's like, God. Dang.
There is more to do in Banjo with your moveset in Mario in Odyssey, though. At least that's what it feels like.
Yeah, Odyssey is all about contextual stuff. I don't think I care that much for Odyssey.
I definitely don't.
It looks great.
It does. It's a early Switch game that wanted to show off its scope.
I was playing Super Mario 3D World recently, just for randomly. It's weird playing that game because it has a ton of variants coming to that game, coming from Wonder, which is the most white bread video game ever. Mario 3D World has a lot of stuff.
Yeah. All the characters actually play differently, for one thing.
I wish that they would try that again. Make a 3D Mario with multiplayer.
Well, we kind of have an idea what that's like, right? Because we have the Mario 64 mod. And it's just kind of like everyone's playing Mario 64
Yeah,
at the same time. I think now there's like, you can actually interact with people. You can like kick people really far
yeah,
to like do skips and stuff.
I'm
but-
talking about like levels that where the whole camera and the design of the levels built around multiple people. Although in 3D World, it sort of doesn't feel like it was built around multiple people sometimes.
Yeah, the levels are like really big if you're single player, but feel really small if you're otherwise. Bashful. It's a neutral. It's plus. I saw plus special attack. I was like, huh, and then minus special attack. So it's neutral, which is fine as long as it's not detrimental. That's all I care about.
What? Is that a leitmotif?
Wait.
Wait,
Whoa.
you did it. You can do this whenever, like while an animation is happening or anything. It just can come up.
No, this is a really convenient way to scroll through all these. Why is it listed like this?
This
It's
is
not
like in school.
alphabetical order.
It's like you get this in school, and it's like, what kind of graph should this be? Not this.
Nothing.
It'd be a fucking grid.
How do I do this? Alright. Where I was going with that banjo thing is that, because I saw this quote, it was on it was a Our Nintendo thread. I like made my own comment, foolish as it was. I was like, well, he's kind of right, because Banjo is a great game, but it's kind of like an echo chamber game, because we all love it, because we play Nintendo. But if you didn't play about Banjo, nobody gives a shit, and a lot of
Let
people
me-
haven't played
Let
Banjo.
me guess. People are like, Poison Smash, so everybody have it.
No, actually. There was one guy, he responded verbatim. This is what he said. It's not an echo chamber game. It's as quintessential as Mario 64 and Ocarina of Time. And that kind of says it all.
If you're like a 30-year-old in Colorado, yeah.
Which is just like, it's just an embarrassing thing to say, I gotta be honest. Banjo is not on the level of Mario 64 and Ocarina. I like Banjo more than Ocarina, but Ocarina just has that legacy, you know? It's just not comparable at all.
I saw a clip on some news station when Super Mario 64 was coming out, where they were like, and they made the music, well, less annoying. And it was playing the castle music.
That's annoying.
Because it was showing the, like, Mario All-Stars, like, and they're like, what, that's stupid. But now it's like, yada, 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 yada. Fucking adults. I'm gonna be a kid forever.
Yeah, you little bastard.
Seriously, though, what is this Pokemon?
What? Weedle?
Oh, is that how you pronounce it?
What? He's like, Weedlay? Oh, this is gonna be great.
When I was super young, the Harden animation in Pokemon Stadium looked delicious to me.
Is it where he turns like gold or
Yeah.
silver or something?
I think so.
There's like a mini game based around it. I was saying earlier that I actually could use Harden on this Butterfree as like its own gimmick to be less shitty against rock moves, but I was unable to beat Crystal Clear because of 4 moveset syndrome. And not like FireRed is super hard or anything, but I think I'll need all of the help I can get. This game actually does have Elite Four rematches, unlike Emerald, so here's a query. What is the most nerfed thing going from one game to another? Like any context, like any sequel, because I was thinking about electricity in Pikmin, how it doesn't exist in Pikmin 1, and then in Pikmin 2, it's an instant kill, like literally instant, you have no chance to save your Pikmin. And then in Pikmin 3, it's the only thing that can't kill your Pikmin. So I'm curious if there's anything that is like nerfed harder than that in any game, competitive or single player or whatever.
I feel like the easy answer there is to say Meta Knight.
True.
The first thing I thought of was Kirby's up tilt from 64 to Melee.
That's a good... Yeah, if we're talking about competitive games, it's definitely... Smash Bros. Is probably in there somewhere. Because I'm trying to think of, like, things in Kingdom Hearts, but I also, like... The only Kingdom Hearts game I'm really familiar with is, 2, even though I've beaten several of the other ones.
Oh wait, I meant to say this on the title screen, but this game's title screen is probably a downgrade from the original Red.
Well, the original Red is just like Red was standing there and then Pokemon cycled through. And when you press start, the Pokemon's cry would play.
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
Whereas this is just like a badass pose of Charizard.
It's just clip art of Charizard with gifs of fire in the back.
Yeah. I think it's a lateral movement. I remember when I played White, because in White 2, White 2, Black 2, they just give you a free Volcarona. But in White, I actually got the Larvesta egg and raised that thing all the way from level 1 to level, like, whatever, 70 or something. Something ridiculously high. And I was actually amazed looking at its stats before and after, because it's like, its attack actually went down by a few points, I think, but its special attack, like, quadrupled. Like, damn, this thing is amazing, actually.
Pokemon battle themes are always the same, and I think it's sort of on purpose. It's really funny that Tails battle themes are the same, but it's not on purpose. Because I remember I took the Symphonia battle theme and I like modded it so it had the Grace's battle theme melody, and I showed it to you and you're like, what's different about it? I don't know.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it's amazing.
I don't remember that. Here's a nerf, a very like obscure kind of nerf. In original Red, Blue, Yellow, Onyx gave a lot of experience because it was technically a fully evolved Pokemon. But then in Gold, Silver, Crystal, when they introduced Steelix, Onyx wasn't treated as a fully evolved, so it gave much less experience if you killed it. And actually, no noteworthy nerf, because Onyx really sucks.
So is this what Pokemon Trainer and Brawl is based on?
Red, yeah.
Just this specific kind of red? Where he's more orange a little bit?
I would say this is just straight up a Pokemon Trainer from Brawl. I know this is such a dead horse at this point, but seriously, why is Red's voice like that in Emerald? Why did they do that to him? I mean, in Ultimate. Sorry. Why is Red's voice like that in Ultimate?
Probably should have just not talked at all.
His voice was like weirdly strainy in Brawl, but it was way better than what it is now. Pretty much have to play as girl Pokemon Trainer to not get annoyed to death.
Brawl, it seems like it was just supposed to be Ash, voice-wise. This is a fucking riveting video game.
I know, right? This is why I start with a Butterfree.
Yeah. Well, if Gups and Jups were Jubbies and Gups, Scubby-Dubby-Dubby-Dubby Christmas.
Alright.
Get a critical!
Oh no! Whatever.
Critical hit! Shing, shing, shing!
Whatever, I'm cheating, I'm sorry.
Every Pokemon should have a special critical animation.
Where they animate at 60 frames per second.
Yeah.
Very technologically impressive for a Game Boy Advance game.
They don't even animate. They don't have the Emerald thing where they go gum 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 when they come out.
Usually only the third games would do that. Like Crystal did it, Emerald did it, Platinum did it, but the base games didn't do it. And obviously there wasn't a Pokemon Yellow Lightning, so I guess FireRed goes unanimated. I can't imagine doing a Nuzlocke of this game. Having to go through worm hell. Taps on the shoulder. Hey, did you know that Metapod has so many different ways it could look? Like, it could be sad looking towards you, it could be angry when it's looking the other direction.
Oh.
It could have a nose whether those things on its side are supposed to be like arms or whether it's a nose thing. This is the original nose pass.
Is this supposed to teach you that you should use stat ups?
I don't know what this is supposed to teach you. Maybe it's teaching you that you're not supposed to catch a Metapod straight away, you're supposed to evolve it.
You're supposed to evolve it and then catch it?
No, you're supposed to catch a Caterpie and then evolve it. So
But
you
the
got tackle.
Caterpie doesn't have a tackle or anything.
Caterpie, what do you think I've been attacking with?
Orbs?
I'm using like a Kingdom Hearts 2 explosion.
No, you're using escape orbs.
Oh, mystery dungeon, I see.
My point is that you would catch a Caterpie, and if it only had string shot, you'd be like, well, fuck it.
Fucking sucks.
I should learn how to play this melody on the piano.
Well, we're right next to a piano, so you better get to practicing.
It's gonna be annoying. What key do you think it's in?
A.
Wrong! Too fast.
Why are you asking me these things as if I know anything about?
I just wanted you to
Easy.
guess.
I guessed A. You said I was wrong.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh.
it's going so well. There's nothing there. It's pretty good though.
Okay, we'll come back to that later.
That was pretty good. I was a fan of that happening.
Seems like it might be an A minor, so you're actually right.
Hell yeah. I know music more than you do.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of hate when people are like...
I hate when people know more than me.
I kind of hate it when people correct me and say that I'm wrong. I hate when people are like, oh, it's in a minor. Like, it doesn't matter. Remember there's that clip in SpongeBob where he's like, I'm partial playing it in the key of A minor, or A major, or whatever, and then that results in him going like, bloop, 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 bloop. It's like, how? That's not how anything works.
Also, look at this thing's stats. 10 across the board, except for 17.
That bad?
It's just weird.
This game has some shitty ass dungeons.
That's just directed at Pokemon as a whole, I think.
I remember there's this dungeon in White where you're in like an electric cave and it was really annoying.
I remember that cave being annoying only because that's when I first noticed how big the encounter rate is.
Yeah,
was-
that's I think that is actually me too. That's where I first experienced getting out of battle and then turning and then you're in a battle.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forget what playthrough it was. It might have been Final Fantasy V. You asked me what my favorite instrument is. I actually have an answer now. It's the snare drum. Or whatever the drum is that like plays really fast.
Right, yeah.
Like a marching
Rolling
drum thing.
snare.
Yeah, the rolling snare. That's my favorite. Number 2 is the piano because I'm a basic bitch. But number 1 is definitely the snare drum.
Why?
Which one?
Are there any examples where it's used really well that you like?
The 2 songs that come to mind are the in Kingdom Hearts 2, the song. There's 3 different boss themes for the organization members. It's not the one from Chain of Memories that's like remixed, and it's not the one from the new like data fights. It's like the other one that plays against like Saix and what's the fuck is his name? Zaldin. Like that song. That song has a great snare drum. And I also, the reason I was thinking about this was because yesterday I was walking to our local grocery store and I was listening to the Star Fox 64 soundtrack on Nintendo Music because I'm a fucking Nintendrone. The snare drum in the theme of the Easy Path of Venom, the snare drum in that song is also excellent. I like fast-paced music, like high energy, and the snare drum facilitates that quite well.
Best example I always think of the rolling snares in the Chrono Trigger opening. Which, by the way, is like one of the greatest video game songs I've ever heard.
It's very good. So good they put it in Theatrhythm.
I think it was the Chrono Trigger composer. He like was working really hard, or I think it might have been a woman actually. They were working really hard and then they like lost all their work. So they like
Aw.
worked themselves to death to like get it all back. They like actually became ill after the development was
That
over.
seems like a thing that happens a lot.
Yeah. Can you catch a Pidgey already?
Well, I finally got out of the fucking wilderness, so I'll try.
Use tail whip. No animations.
There we go.
Yes.
Bet we're not in a game where catching Pokemon still gives you EXP. That was actually a good change. I'm surprised they didn't... That was actually a good change. I'm surprised they didn't get rid of it, like they always do in every game whenever they make a good decision.
That was a dumb change. It just makes the game too easy.
Well, that's also true.
They just made it for babies. Pokemon used to be for adults.
Pokemon used to be cool.
With this catch, we're gonna find out if this game is 1.0 or 1.1.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about that. Alright. Is this just gonna bring up the Pokedex? You're like, I have no idea.
No. Okay, let's see.
Alright.
Okay, we're on revision 1. If we were on original,
It would just be one word.
it would say
Word.
tiny Pokemon. Because there was a
Oh.
glitch where it would only say the first word of the species.
Oh. How many Pokemon does that affect?
I don't know, but I don't know anything else that the revision does. Not enough space for Donkey Konga 3.
I could do... Hold on. 3. Exclamation point. Is this actually what we want to do?
I mean, you're not gonna use it, right? Like,
Well, it's gonna be my flyer, so I'm gonna have to look at it.
I think it's perfect.
You know, going back to that shiny Pokemon thing, how fucked up is it that my first legitimate shiny is fucking Beautifly? It's just a lame bug flying type. It's like the antithesis of Butterfree, and it was my first shiny ever. Arizona was telling me, it was in that playthrough, was like, what would you want it to be? Like, what would be the funniest shiny to get? And I had no idea, but now I know the answer. It's Beautifly.
Shitty Butterfree is pretty bad, because Butterfree's already pretty
Butterfree
shitty.
is already shitty, yes. You know, Gust being normal type in Gen 1 was really weird, because, like, why did they have so many level 1 moves that were just the same thing? Gust, Scratch, Tackle, Horn Attack, kind of. Hound.
I like how the move descriptions sort of make you use your imagination sometimes. Like stuff like Bite, where it's like, Pokemon attacks the enemy using teeth, etc. Or like Bind is like using tail, comma, binds, comma, etc. I like using my imagination. I don't mind. I just think it's funny.
You kind of have to sometimes with some Pokemon's learn sets. Like, everybody always makes fun of how Wooper can learn Ice Punch, even though it has no arms. I assumed it's supposed to be like Ice Headbutt. Like, it's not a punch with your arm necessarily, it's just, you just use an extremity.
Yeah.
The fact that it is called Ice Punch is not really relevant information. Some moves aren't even translated correctly, not in like a mistranslation kind of way, but just kind of like they're not translated how they maybe should be. Like how the move Night Slash is apparently, whatever it's called in Japanese is like it's based on a thing where samurai would stand at like crossings and just kill random passersby to test the sharpness of their swords. And that's just what it was called in Japanese, but the translators had to be like, we can't fucking call it that. First of all, no one's even gonna know what that means. That creates some issues sometimes because there's some abilities that are like boost the damage of punching moves or of like rolling moves or sound move or whatever, you know. But some moves are, well, like when they're localized, they will not be boosted because they're not correctly translated, or it's like they will and they have the wrong name again because it wasn't correctly translated. So you can't really win. Alright, here we go. Yay. It only took like literally almost an hour. Not an exaggeration. Actually, I guess the in-game time would be a better measurement. I don't like this sprite of Butterfree.
It looks like he's scheming.
I don't like his like leaning in towards the camera. I'm not a fan. 53 minutes to get a Butterfree. Again, this is why I use a ROM hack to skip that process.